Step into the shoes of a post-apocalyptic leader and show the world what you've got. 5,000 years after the fall of civilization, it's time to gather your tribe and embark on an adventure to revive the world. Hunt for resources, build factories, and convince those on the surface to join your cause as you explore the icy frontier and uncover ancient secrets. Ready to bring the heat to a frozen world? Let's look at Revive. Thank you for joining me here at Tantrum House Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp. Revive is a game for 1 to 4 players that takes about 2 hours to play. It's published by Aporta Games and they sent us this copy to review. I'll give you an overview of the game and then share my thoughts. Now I'll be explaining the base game for 2 to 4 players. There is a campaign mode that you have to unlock additional components. I'll not reveal any of those in this video to not spoil the surprise. I'll give a brief explanation of the campaign a little bit later in the video. Please take a moment to like this video. It really does help out our channel. At the start of the game, each player receives a set of citizen cards, a tribe board, and a dual layer player board to upgrade and place custom machines. The ancient sites at the map hold key victory points and can be populated by using their resources and abilities on your cards. On your turn, choose 2 actions like playing a card, exploring, populating, or building a factory. Hibernating is also an option to circulate your cards and regain power. The multi-use cards have both resource and special abilities, and building factories allows you to unlock powerful machines. Collecting artifacts along the way will boost your scoring, and the player with the highest points wins at the end of the game. Now, with the randomized ancient sites and asymmetric player powers, each playthrough offers a unique challenge. The game features 3 basic resources: gears, books, and food. The player advances their corresponding resource marker whenever they gain a resource and moves the marker down whenever they use it. Crystals can be transformed to any other basic resource at any time during the game, making them a versatile resource. There are also blue and purple points, serving different purposes. Points are scored during the game and provide rewards such as crates or artifacts if you reach a bonus space on the point track. The progress markers and progress track play a crucial role, providing bonuses and points at the end of the game. Activating the tribe ability or unlocking a reward space along the machine tracks will move the progress marker to the lowest available space on the progress track, granting you a bonus. Range is an important aspect of the game too, as it's required to take various actions on the game board. Playing a card has different effects depending on which slot it's being played in, and if it matches the color of the module in that slot. Some cards have slot symbols that allow players to play another card in that slot later and reactivate all matching cards. The tribe ability is also an option for players to activate and gain the benefits shown on the tribe board. Now overall, the resource system in this game is comprehensive and well designed, offering players a variety of options and strategies to employ throughout the game. The game offers a good balance of strategy and resource management, with multiple paths to victory and replayability. The action and mechanics are well thought out and make for an engaging experience. Now let me move on to my likes and dislikes of the game. Alright, for likes. I like the pushing and pulling of the different levers in the game. There are so many different paths to take. I mean, just look at the cards themselves. They sort of are like multi-use, and you can choose where to put them on your player board and what they activate. And the color is super important too. It really isn't a deck building game, but it sort of has that feel to it as you get more and more cards during the game. There's a lot of connected parts, and you sort of have to do things in the right order to do really well in the game. I really like the asymmetric player powers. Here are the ones that are in the base game and some of the things they do. Nadir lets you do things like gain an extra book and point whenever you perform your tribe ability. Or when counting rage, you don't have to do that for forest or water spaces. The Hofstadarians lets you do things like convert 2 base resources to crystals and gains you a resource for building next to water. X49 allows you to pay less food when exploring and more like that. I really like this character a lot. Kunaban lets you pay food for cards, gain resources when you gain a new card. Now there are more characters for you to unlock in the game through the campaign mode. Now here are some of my dislikes. it's a pretty complex game, so it'll be harder to get to the table. I'm personally okay with complexity. I just know since it is complex, I won't be able to play it as much, and I don't really like that. The other thing I dislike is I feel the post-apocalyptic theme is pretty generic for the game. I'm not saying there is a lot of fun story behind the characters and things like that. I'm saying it doesn't really feel post-apocalyptic in the gameplay. It feels like I'm moving tokens around on my board, playing cards for resources, flipping tiles over on the main game board. I'm not saying that I don't like doing all those things. It just personally feels a little disconnected from the theme. Let's move to how it utilizes the campaign in the game. The game features a 5-part campaign mode that adds new content to the game as you progress. Players can choose to play the campaign right from the start or play just the basic rules. The campaign deck guides players through each of the 5 chapters, which can be played with different players. Once all 5 chapters are completed, players can continue playing using unlocked elements or only the ones they prefer. Board game enthusiasts who enjoy resource management, building up their clan, like complex gameplay may find this title appealing. With randomized ancient sites and asymmetrical characters, each game offers a unique experience. Excitement builds with card play, adding strategic depth, allowing players to chain actions for really cool results. On the other hand, players who prefer direct player interaction or conflict may not enjoy this game as there's no real fighting or direct competition between players. Some may also find the mechanics and the card combinations pretty complex, requiring multiple plays to fully understand what's going on. So would I recommend Revive? Oh yes, I put it on my top 10 board games of 2022. You can check out that video right up there if you haven't done so already. And Jonah added it to his list too. Now if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And I have a question for you. What's the most complex board game you've ever played, but you still enjoyed it? Let me know that down in the comments.